Okay. Why is the mount such a dominant position? It doesn't make any sense, right? Like you're just sitting on top of the stomach of a person.
It makes all sense. If you think, forget fighting, forget jiu-jitsu, like you've never trained, what's the one position, the most dominant position you can get over another human being? One. The most. For you, which one it is? Like the most dominant position that you can get over another human being.
So if we were just, because the way I think about it is putting myself in like a 6, 7, 8-year-old self without knowing any martial arts, and I had an older brother who'd beat the shit out of me. Yeah, it probably was mount. It was, but well, yes. Okay, so we both didn't know, but if we knew something, it'd probably be back control.
If in the back control, you're under the other person. Do you think being under is the most dominant position you can be over another person?
You mean like a back control?
If I'm on your back,
like that.
You can move, you can roll. I cannot stop you rolling.
Yeah.
Maybe you can even stand up. How dominant is that?
Yeah, but if we're the same size, both untrained.
It doesn't matter.
Have you seen kids do that? Okay. Mount looks and feels like dominance when you're 2 8-year-olds fighting. Okay. I don't know why it feels that way. It could be some animalistic thing. Maybe it is actual dominance. I don't know. But it feels like if you're untrained, you can just buck your way out of it. It feels unstable. It feels unstable to hold mount unless you know what you're doing. Right? No?
Well, if you mount, you put both of your hands on the floor.
Yeah.
Just your hands. Do you think it's easy to take somebody off?
Yeah, maybe not.
Do you think it's easy to remove the hand and bring them out? The hands on the floor. Yeah. Arms straight. I'm leaning in.
Yeah, you're right.
It's hard. I mean, you don't need to know fighting to hold yourself there.
Yeah. But you're right. When you take the arms off and balancing, then it gets tricky. Because when you're trying to... I think what happens... I'm thinking back to 8-year-old. Because my brother's 5 years older than me, and he would do the usual, like, stop hitting yourself thing. And I think he would be in mount, like, hitting me with my own hands. From out of place of love, of course. I love him deeply, and it was very formative and positive experience for me. Okay. I think, the weakness is when he takes... when the person who has you mount takes their arms off to do something.
But even if you keep your hands up in the air, when I'm falling,
yeah, you can.
When I'm falling, so
I'm speaking about untrained people. I feel like they get greedy. They try to do stuff.
The other day, I watched my 9-year-old daughter.
Yeah,
we're in a friend's house. There's a whole bunch of kids there. They playing, and when I looked, she's mounting a boy her age, her size. He cannot escape.
Wow, she probably has seen.
No, she trains. She's been training for, I'll say, 1.5 years.
Okay.
Which is not much. I mean, she's a 9-year-old daughter, a girl, over a boy.
Has she seen footage of you? Maybe she picked up.
No, but she's been training for 1.5 years, so she has an idea what mount is. But, I mean, in terms about skills, I never taught her the mount.
Yeah.
She has, she had lessons at the academy, like any other kid.
Did she make him cry or?
No, but he couldn't escape. Okay. Which other position would she be able to hold that boy? In the back, he would roll her out.
That's true.
Like he couldn't come out from underneath her. They're kids. Like there is no other most dominant position that you can pin the other person.
Couldn't you argue from that perspective side control?
No. Because side control you have to hold the other person, and you're not free. You cannot release them.
But in side control, your hips are not on top of theirs. So they can't buck you off, right? Couldn't you, if you're holding them a little bit and then you can hit him with one hand.
But his head is here. You're going to hurt him here. But the time you're doing that, but then he has his arms free. And if you turn towards your legs, then he's away from your arms. You not even has the perfect angle. I mean, it is a good position. You can hit, you can dominate, but it's not the best position to be over the other person. He can knee you in the head. At the same time you punch him, then there's a knee coming to your head.
I love playing devil's advocate with Roger Gracie about 2 8-year-olds fighting.
And your head is closer to his hand.
Yeah.
Maybe he can throw you a punch.
All right.
So would you choose to be in side control of a mount? getting in the head.
Well, for a person who in competition prefers knee on belly over mount, but that's my weakness. That's my failure as a human being. Holding mount is can be tricky.
It's very hard. Of course it's hard. But what is easy? Tell me
Side
easy.
control and knee on belly is easier, but to
Knee on
submit
belly is easy.
easier. I'm not saying black belt level. I'm saying, well, maybe even black belt level.
Easier for what? To hold somebody?
To make them squirm and hurt, to create openings.
Yeah, but go do that with a big guy.
Yeah, you can.
You can't.
Yeah.
He's going to push you back and come up. In the mount, he can't sit up. Not when you mounted him.
The thing is also about mount is people on the bottom of mount panic more. So they fight
Of course
harder.
they panic. They're exposed.
Yeah.
It's the most exposure you have. Because the person's arms are free. You cannot touch him. His head is too high. There's nothing he can do. His legs won't get you anywhere. He might touch your lower back. It's like nothing. You're most exposed being in the mount. I'd rather you hold me side control 1,000 times than mount on me and having to look up for your fist come down on me.
Yeah.
Side control, I hug you, you cannot hurt me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you hold me, but I'm hugging you. If I hug you tight, what can you do against me? Hold.
But it seems maybe it's just from, and again, I'm arguing just for the fun of it,
Yeah.
but it seems like a more difficult skill to learn to apply a huge amount of pressure and weight from mount.
You don't have to apply pressure and weight from mount.
Or not apply pressure, but be heavy, right?
You don't necessarily need to be heavy.
You don't.
No.
Why do you, as people say, you feel extremely heavy?
If I'm being heavy, I cannot attack. I have to choose. I can be heavy just to penalize, just to pin them, take the energy out, to make them suffer.
Yeah.
But the moment that I decide to attack, I can only be heavy if I'm sitting up straight. That's when all my weight can drops down. If I'm high, then I'm sitting on your chest and on your solar plexus. That's the worst position to be seated on the person because that's where he breathes.
Mm-hmm.
So you in a high mount, sitting up straight. That's when I can be very heavy. I can make people, feel my weight and, be very uncomfortable, but I'm not in a position to attack. The moment that I want to attack, my body has to lean forward. I have to approach the neck or the arms. The moment that I do that, my weight comes off my hips. It goes to my knees. The weight is off you.
But at that point, if you have...
Now I'm attacking. I'm no longer heavy on you.
But you want to be at that point to remove any of the defenses they have or some of the defenses by getting their elbows.
Now I'm like either trying to get your collar or bringing your elbow across to attack the arm lock.
So what are some interesting details along the way that are tough to figure out? What were the big leaps for you from white belt to the best in the world?
You're trying to attack the neck, putting one hand in the collar, you're priving yourself that hand to place it on the floor.
Yeah.
So now you're vulnerable to get bridged, to get rolled over. Because if your hands are free trying to roll you over, you stopped. Mm-hmm. The moment that you put your hand in the person's collar, now you have to be very careful with your body positioning. Very careful.
The distribution of the weight.
Yeah, and how how high you sit, how tall your upper body goes. And then the biggest challenge comes as you try the second hand. That's the for the choke, that's the biggest challenge, the second hand. Because you already have you already don't have one hand. Now you are trying the second hand, and if one of my hand is in, you as defending yourself, you have two hands. One hand is already on one side. This side is getting attacked. Mm-hmm. You have two hands blocking that. I have one hand. There's no help for that hand. I cannot remove anything. That's the biggest challenge. Getting one hand past two and not getting roll over.
But I also have two hands on bottom. I have two hands and can also turn and I can do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And my whole mind and everything is focused on that second hand.
Yeah. It's a big challenge. It's hard. Very hard.
Is there an art to getting the first hand into a place where you...
It's really less of an art because it's easier. I'll say most times I get my first hand in is when you're trying some move. you're trying to escape, you're pushing, I get the first hand in as an opportunity.
And it's going to sit there for a while.
Yeah.
And now,
And I go as deep as I can. So the first hand, because the second hand is the hardest, I have to compensate the first hand to be as deep as I can.
right.
If I cannot get the first hand in deep, I won't try the second. I need that first hand deep, then I go for the
And it's deep and everything is like super like tight.
super tight. The first hand has to be super tight. Otherwise, the chance of failing is very big.
Does the opponent usually feel like they're screwed at that point also?
Not as you put in the first hand in. The moment that I position myself just prior to attempt the second hand, I think the way my body is positioned, the way I'm collapsing with my weight, and they feel it's like this is terrible.
Yeah, how long did it take you to figure out how to reposition your weight once the first hand is in?
Very quickly, because do I get bridged out?
Okay, so that there's a good feedback loop there.
Because one mistake you out, like one off positioning you out.
But you still have to do that against the best people in the world.
Yeah.
Where's the way out for most people? Like if you were in mount against Buchecha or some of the best defenses in the world.
The way out is obviously is to defend themselves and prevent the first hand to get deep. And I would say the best thing that they could do is try to change my positioning on the mount in a way that push me to a very low mount. Mm-hmm. Try to change the way I'm dominating you, not to be to get me off the high mount pretty much.
Are you always? Is it a slow? Is it a fast thing to go from low to fast mount?
Slow.
High mount.
Slow, very slow. Because I need to beat your arms because you're holding me down.
Yeah. And the arms need to come out.
It's a slow. There. It's a slow process.
Okay. And is there like a
so I use my legs against your arms.
Yeah.
So it's my legs pushing your arms.
But how do you get them? How do you get your legs into the elbows?
It's as long as it's it has to come under the tip of your elbow, because now the legs will start forcing your arms up.
So your legs aren't like spread out; they're in.
Your elbow cannot get inside my leg, right? Because that means I'm in a very low mount, and then I cannot attack because I cannot ignore that. Because the moment that I attack, you will start pushing my leg to push me out.
What's the secret to getting the second hand in?
There's two ways. Either you go 4 fingers inside, which is the hardest because with the moment that your 2 hands are defending, you'll be blocking the way. Mm-hmm. And I cannot clear and attack 2 hands against one. So I go thumb in, I go behind the ear.
Yep.
So my grip goes, because for you to defend, you need to get there.
Yep.
And when you get there, you elevate your elbow, you expose the arm lock. So it's hard.
And so you put the thumb in, and then there's the dreaded, like the other person just waits for you to loop the arm over.
Yeah, but this over.
It's once you get the thumb in, it's over. Okay.
No, but when I'm there, it's if I get because they're bridging. They try. I'm not using their hand to post.
Now your head is.
My head is very close to the floor. When I try to bridge, and my forehead would touch the floor, that would be used as a hand.
But it's not on the floor.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Because if it's on the floor, my body's collapse over you.
Yeah.
So there's no place for my hand for me to work on your neck. So I need some space between us, so I don't completely collapse.
Maybe you can bob up and down.
But I try to keep a gap between us.
Okay. So that pursuit that takes many, 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 many years. I don't know if you've seen Jiro Dreams of Sushi. Doing the simple thing that's not so simple, but it kind of looks simple, of the over and over and over and over and over, and presumably getting much better.
Very simple.
It becomes very simple, but you're picking up details probably along the way. There's wisdom along the way. What is that? Is that there's like lessons that you just kind of accumulate over time? Like one training sessions, you'll see maybe like the positioning of the thumb, like this detailed positioning of the thumb or something like this. And then you load that in.
That will be very basic because there is not that many different ways. Maybe 1, 2. I just do 1. Any other is not as strong because it's about getting a strong grip on your collar. I mean, the thumb goes inside, is it the thumb in or four fingers in, but it's getting a strong grip on the collar. As long as, this is just holding and feeling strong.
So that's just two options. So it's the dynamic stuff along the way.
Yeah.
And then some of that's timing too.
It's timing.
Are you also like making people like faking them out, making them think about something else?
No, not at that point.
Okay.
There's not, because I cannot fake anything else at that point. Right. Because I will have to change my positioning to, maybe to fake an arm lock. Then I have to move out from that. So then I will lose the control I have.
So what's the process towards mastery? If you were to convert that to something that generalizes beyond jiu-jitsu, how can you get that good at a simple thing?
Practice.
And what?
That's simple.
The same exact thing over and over.
It's just a matter of how long it would take you.
So that's true. That's true.
I mean, like I said,
that's true.
Look how long it took me. People give up along the way.
There is intricacies to that journey towards perfection. There's a lot of people that do jiu-jitsu for decades and don't get better.
No, because they don't train the way they should. They don't train to get better. They train to get tough. There's a big difference. Most people, they train to get tough, so they are tough. Like we were talking before, they don't practice the weakness. You want to be really good at jiu-jitsu, you have to practice your weakness, not your strength. You have to practice everything, but you have to be equally strong in every position. They all exactly the same. Your guard, top, bottom, side control, top, bottom, turtle, half guard, mount, back. I mean, you pick, take down. And then you get into details of escaping triangle, applying the triangle, escaping arm lock, different scenarios of, the one thing is defending the arm lock when you have your arms very close to your body. The other thing is to defend the arms when your arm is, almost getting, and then when he got your arm. So there's so many things to practice that you need to repeat them over and over again until you're confident enough that when you get there, you have a chance.
And you can do the same kind of thing for even the final stages of a cross choke from mount.
Everything. I mean, of course, like you don't practice escaping the arm lock with a full arm straight because, that's gone. I mean, you practice, you practice escaping the arm lock when he takes your arm. You have a chance of trying to escape, but you don't practice. Okay, take my arm. When I say go, go. I mean, you got, you pop the arm. That is like you get injured doing that. Escaping the cross collar choke, escape not letting the person get there. Yeah. You can practice escaping triangles because it's like you have a way better chance of escaping triangle than mount on me, put both hands in my neck. I mean, it's over. Don't be there. Hello, everyone. So I just finished a series of moves from the mount position. I'm very new to have a very strong mount, and I guarantee you, if you follow the steps, you will improve your mount. But the one thing I keep saying over and over again in the videos that is very important for you to pay attention. Before you go for any submission, you have to establish a good control first. That goes for any situation in jiu-jitsu.